We back. Oh man. Terence Crawford, Mir Khan. Uh, while it lasted, it was a pretty solid fight. First of all, happy Easter, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday. Um, yeah, happy Easter. God bless everybody. Um, to Crawford Khan yesterday. Um, First round was okay. Both guys were feeling each other out. I was leaning towards Khan, but then Khan got dropped in the first round, and after that, the fight, it was really towards Crawford after that. Um, Khan's speed definitely gave Crawford a little bit of issue, but um, Crawford really did a good job with the stiff jab, his hooks, the body work. Anytime Crawford went to the combinations with the body, he, naturally it opened up Crawford, Khan with the upstairs shots. I thought first 3 rounds or so, Crawford was kind of headhunting a little bit because he did score an early knockdown in the first round, so I think that kind of had a little bit to do with it. Um, Even his trainer Bomac told him to kind of settle down, not look for just a one shot knockout. Just box him, break him down. Um, did a good job of pressuring Khan. Khan at times had success with the right hand, especially when they're exchanging. Um, but it was really just a good performance from Crawford, man. He did something that's never been done, and that was to outbox Khan. First time in Khan's career, he got outboxed. Like I said in my prediction, Khan is more of a front runner. He does his best work early, and he wasn't able to do that with Crawford. He was getting not only outboxed, but he was also getting hurt with counters, the hooks, and Crawford was fighting effectively both as a righty and as a southpaw. You got to give him credit for that. His timing was really good. His hooks were good. Um, Khan, I was kind of worried about this. He's not. I don't want to say he should retire, but I don't know because Crawford really took the fight out of Khan, which we've never seen that before. Khan, he's been knocked out in the past. He still tried to get up. Like the first time he got knocked out by Prescott, he still tried to get up. He just couldn't. Same thing with Danny Garcia. He got stopped. Khan got stopped on his feet. And Canelo obviously, the size advantage. He was just too small. But in this fight, it was really just it was taken out of him. He knew he couldn't, knock out Crawford. Because he's not a big puncher at 147, and he wasn't outboxing him, so he didn't have the lead on the scorecards. So he's kind of out of luck. Now he did get hit with a low blow in the sixth round, but it was more on the thigh. It wasn't really on his man area. So Khan looked for a way out, and he got out. His trainer Virgil Hunter asked him if he wanted to continue, and Khan said, "I can't continue. I'm done." So, um, Khan tried to spin it. He got hit with the low blows, so debilitating. Now, I'm sure most men can agree to this. It's not good getting hit in that area, and it definitely stuns you for a little bit. But you do have 5 minutes to recover. So why didn't you just take that 5 minutes and continue? Because I've seen fighters get hit worse in that area and still come back. Zab Judah when he fought Cotto, he got hit in the nads at least twice, and I would say probably purposely because Zab Judah was hurting Cotto in those early rounds. People forget because Cotto beat him, but Zab Judah was hurting Cotto. Especially with those sweeping lefts and uppercuts, he was hurting Cotto. Um, but he still, Broner, he got hit low versus Maidana. Floyd got hit low versus Maidana. Pretty sure Khan got hit low versus Maidana. Now I'm thinking about it, Peterson got hit low versus Danny Garcia. So, I mean, it happens, you know. But that doesn't mean, to quit. It's just, You know, like I said, he could have done the Mikey route and just accept the 12-round beating, or do what Khan did, what Roberto Duran did, and just said, you know what, I don't have enough to beat this dude, so I'm out. And that's ultimately what happened. Excuse me. Khan does not sit down on his punches a lot. He still um, kind of flails his punches a little bit. He, like I said, the right hand landed pretty decent at times in pockets, but ultimately, um, he was never able to get a good rhythm. Even though he's a half an inch taller than Crawford, I think he's 5'8.5". But Crawford has a longer reach. He has a 74-inch reach, and Khan had 71, and he was never able to really get the jab going. Um, he swings really wide with his hooks. Um, Speed was there, but it wasn't sharp. It was just, okay, he's fast, but it wasn't sharp. He didn't throw any sharp punches, no real sharp combinations. He did land a few times. Fifth round, he showed a little bit of life, but, it was really the Crawford show. He had a spectacular performance, good body shots, fought well as a righty and a southpaw. Hooks were really good, especially the counter left hook and the counter right hook as well. Um, Snuck in some body shots, threw combos to the body, then came back upstairs. Threw a couple of uppercuts in the third and fourth round. Um, but, I think he probably could have got Khan out of there a little bit earlier had he stepped on the gas earlier. But he kind of let Khan back into the fight by not pouncing on him. But that's what Bomac told him to do. So, um, and that's what you're supposed to do. Do it, the trainer usually has your best interest. So, um, but it's disappointing, man. Most people have, given Khan a fair shake, in terms of his heart in the ring. So, I don't know where he goes from here. Some people are going to say, what about the Kell Brook fight? But that fight is arguably, 5-6 years too late. That fight should have been happened. I would say probably 2015 is probably when it really should have happened. And you could argue the last couple of years it could have happened, but still a no-go. So, at this point, who really cares? Kell Brook, he hasn't been the same since the Triple G, Earl Spence fights. He's won his last two, but he hasn't looked like the same fighter. Just like Khan hasn't looked like the same fighter. So, it is what it is. The rest of the card wasn't half bad. Shakur Stevenson. Told you guys, Shakur is really good. 10-round dominant performance. Outboxed Christopher Diaz. Diaz was really never able to really do anything. He tried pressuring him, but Stevenson nullified him with clinching when he got too close. Diaz, he really tried to just do the 1-2, and, that was about it. Stevenson did a good job of using his jab, switching up angles, check hooks, subtle body shots, combos here and there. Really just a good boxing performance. I think Shakur is probably, I'll say by the end of this year or early next year, he'll be ready for a title shot at 126. So, keep showing improving. Teofimo Lopez, also phenomenal performance. He stopped Edis Tatley, 6th round with a body shot, right hook to the body. Again, fast combinations, very good. He's really good at mixing up the speed of his punches. Sometimes he tap, bang, and then he did a couple of, hard shots, good body shots, really good jab. Edis Tatley, he was game in the first round, but I think after the second round, once, he felt Lopez's power and was just like, kind of in survival mode already. And, it was the Lopez show. Really good performance from him. He keeps calling out Lomachenko. So, hey, like I said, get him another former title challenger in the division. Hopefully against a guy that's more active. I think Tatley hadn't fought like 200-something days. So, hopefully against someone that's, more active, more of an able body, like a Mercito Hesta. Or I don't know if he's been active, but he's a solid fighter. Who else is at 135? Possibly the Robert Easter, Francis Barthélemy winner. Though that'd be tough because they're without Heyman. Who else could he fight at 135? Is Dennis Shapovalov still there? That's a solid opponent. Luke Campbell is probably going to fight Devin Haney if Mikey drops the belt. Richard Comey. He said he's coming off an injury, and he looked good in his knockout win. So I think Lopez could use probably one more fight, maybe two, before going after Loma. Because he definitely should stay active and gain as much experience as possible. I mean, it was a 5-round fight. He didn't really break a sweat. So, I mean, he just fought, 70 days ago. So, I'll try to squeeze in at least one more fight for him. And then, him and his pops think he's ready, put him in there. See what happens. I know ESPN is trying to push for it. I don't know if Bob Arum and Top Rank want it, but I think ESPN is trying to push for that. That's why they keep having him on interviews and asking his performance. I think they said when he was at Loma's fight, they said Sean McVay, the Rams coach, said Lopez was glued to his phone the entire fight. So that's typically when fighters go to other fighters in their divisions fight, they're typically scouting them a little bit, but they said my man's was just on his phone chilling, so he ain't worried about it. So okay, you think it's sweet, make it happen. So we'll see. And then the card was good. The way the fight ended was weird because of the low blows, or not, not just the low blow. It was a low blow shot, but he could have went back in there. But it's just disappointing, that he quit like that. Like I said, it's hard to see where Khan goes from here. Now Bob Arum was telling everybody to boycott Al Heyman and PBC if the Earl Spence fight doesn't happen next. It's Al Heyman. Oh, Bob. He's been in the boxing game for probably 50 years at least, maybe. I know he's been promoting since the Ali days, so however far that is. Typically, big fights, especially in this magnitude, don't happen when promoters call. Now, Al Heyman's not a promoter. That's why you don't see him at fights. That's why you don't do interviews. Basically, that's why he doesn't, not really on the hot seat, because he doesn't put himself in that position because you don't see him. Al Heyman's an advisor. He's not a promoter. He's an advisor. Promoters are like Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Lou DiBella, Kathy Duva, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd. Who else is a pretty good promoter? Tom Loeffler, Frank Warren. Is Gary Shaw still a promoter? I know he promoted Tim Bradley for years. Maybe Gary Shaw. Yeah, because he promoted... I think he promoted Roy Jones too, Gary Shaw. He might still be promoting. I don't know if he is. TGB promotion, that's Tom Goosen and Brown, maybe? I don't know what TGB stands for. I think the Goosens have something to do with that promotional company. That's why the G's there. But I think it's Tom Brown and then Goosen. Because Goosen has something to do with it. I don't know. But those are promoters. But Al Heyman is an advisor. He's not a promoter. And according to Earl Spence's Instagram, Earl Spence said he was going to, hop in the ring in the Terence Crawford fight, but he was advised not to, which, advised. I'm pretty sure he told him, don't hop in the ring, because if you hop in the ring, then fans are going to expect that fight to happen next, and that's not what's likely going to happen. Right now, he's in negotiations with Sean Porter for that unification, probably in September. I don't know what Floyd's going to do. I know I told you guys he had a big announcement. I guess he has a fantasy app coming out. So, the big announcement turned out to be a dud. People thought he was coming back to fight Pacquiao or maybe McGregor again or retire, but apparently he's just coming out with some app, so that is what that is. I don't think anyone really cares about that. So, yeah, because Pacquiao, he can only fight in July this year because of his senator schedule. So, I don't know if he'll go back with the Thurman plan or what. I don't know what's Gucci with that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But calling out other promoters, yelling them out, boycott them, and that's not how you make fights, bro. I'm not a business major. I'm not, a businessman or anything of that sort. I don't claim to be anyway, but common sense, if you want to work with someone, especially someone you have bad history with, because he sued Al Heyman years ago, and they had to submit in court, so I think, and they never came to like a conclusion, so, so that didn't go well. So you already got, some bad history there. Not to mention 2 months ago, you said he didn't exist on Undisputed, the Fox TV show with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Show is, I'm not a fan. I don't watch it. I watch First Things First a little bit. I watch the Colin Cowherd show. That one's not too bad. But yeah, Undisputed, First Take. I don't watch those shows at all. I don't watch a lot of TV shows in general anymore, but in terms of my sports shows, it's really First Things First, The Herd, Get Up. I think that's on ESPN. If I can, I'll watch College Football Live or NFL Countdown or whatever. So that is what that is. But yeah, for Bud and his future fights, it's going to be tough. Reason why Bob Arum's calling for that fight now is because he's going to have a hard time building up Crawford's profile in the welterweight division because Top Rank doesn't have a lot of big name, established name welterweights right now. Most of those guys are on PBC, Al Heyman. It's like I said before, Earl Spence has options. He's got 2 other champions that are on his side of the fence, quote unquote. Not to mention Danny Garcia, who won in his last fight and looked good too. Got a stoppage, looked one of his really good performances. He looked great. I'll talk about that in another video, but so Crawford was, it's kind of tough because he doesn't have a lot of big name options. So Bob Arum's already trying to create that narrative that if Crawford has to fight less name opponents, it's because the Spence fight's not happening because of Al Heyman. So don't be fooled. And I think both Crawford and Spence want to fight. In fairness to them, I don't see Crawford ducking. I don't see Earl ducking. Earl said he was down to call him out in the ring. So, but he was advised, meaning told, not to go. So we'll just have to see what happens. But congratulations to Terence Bud Crawford. Congratulations to Shakur. Shout out to Jers. Congratulations to T.O. Y'all keep doing your thing. Do what you're supposed to do. Keep building up. Keep getting better. I'm sure you'll be fine. Let me know what you guys think about the fight, the card. Do you think the numbers would do well for pay-per-view? What do you think about Terence Crawford's future at 147? What do you think about Teofimo Lopez? Does he have a shot versus Lomachenko? Do you think Shakur Stevenson is ready for the big featherweights? Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz, Oscar Valdez. Who else is over there? Josh Warrington. A couple of veterans, Abner Mars, Carl Frampton. So good fights. So we'll see. Other than that, happy Easter once again. Take it easy. Like, subscribe. I'm out.